Hello everyone, my name is Ray and today is the first day of 2021. Happy New Year to you. That happens to be the name of this song that I'm going to play now. The words are very simple and I actually showcased or released this song last year on New Year's, and apparently the timing was off, or the vocals were off, or something was off, but whether or not you know it, I'm not a professional singer, so don't expect this to be the most beautiful, enchanting voice that you've ever heard. And at the same time, this song has a story. It's got words in it that I think will make people laugh, possibly cry, but this was totally intended to bring about a smile to the face of whoever watches and hears the words that are coming from this song. So Happy New Year to you. And today I'm using a Taylor T5Z Pro to play this song. I hope you enjoy it. My favorite time of year is now, but before you ask me why, let me tell you right up front, it's my favorite kind of high. The families gather and friends come by, and we all bake in the morning. Pictures are taken and snacks are had, and you show up without warning. Happy New Year to all, and please subscribe. Happy New Year to all. My favorite time of year is now, but before you ask me why, let me tell you right up front, it's my favorite kind of high. The families gather and friends come by, and we partake around noon, sharing of gifts and sharing of time. And now you're leaving so soon without subscribing. Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year to all. My favorite time of year is now, but before you ask me why, let me tell you right up front, it's my favorite kind of high. The families gather and friends come by, and we have tea late at night. We sing peace on earth and old hippie songs, and go to bed when it's right. Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year to all. That song really makes me smile because it talks about a lot of things. I mean, if you really listen to the lyrics, it's comical, you know? It's something that, I don't know, the words themselves are so funny, you know, because they're charming and not quite misleading. They're just mischievous. And at the same time, they're just bluntly honest, you know, blatantly honest. And it's kind of like the unexpected visitors, you know, you show up without warning. It's kind of like we go to bed when it's right, like after midnight, you know, after all the fireworks finally are fired off and all the noise in this city where supposedly things like that are outlawed. These things still happen. You know, it's funny. It depends on whose point of view that you're watching and listening to these words with. I always caution about guarding your thoughts and stoicism. I believe that a lot of people hadn't suffered traumas early as children in order to be able to withstand the traumas that we've encountered throughout this past year. And so I think that's causing a lot of people anxiety. And I believe that only because of some of the things that I'm seeing in reality, which is why basically I jumped off of virtual reality for quite some time. And I've been absolutely happy being away from virtual reality, by the way. So for those of you guys who are listening, I have a YouTube channel that has a lot of content that's more geared towards trying to somehow find that pinhole approach of shining light on wildlife and conservation and wellness, basically. And the only way that I've thought to do that is to try and bring together some words with something that I hadn't tried before. I definitely hadn't wanted to sing in public. I don't feel as confident about my voice because I hadn't had the amount of compliments, you know, that kind of help kind of build someone's ego in a direction where you can perform at that level. And at the same time, I don't believe that the ego has anything to do with music. You know, we're all just big toddlers running around. Some of us are better at our incremental training, potty training or thoughty training, whatever you want to call it. And some people are a little bit challenged when it comes to learning to say hello to one another on the trails as we're passing, you know, on these trails of life. But my name is Ray. I'm saying hello to you. I'm telling you about this channel that I have and how I'm showcasing wildlife and nature and conservation. And it's been a struggle, you know, for this past X amount of time. But that struggle is something that makes me try to work harder. Obviously, I didn't learn the words to this song that I'm playing right now, but I've done a lot of really interesting, fun things in this studio that I have that I'm lucky to be able to work out of. And in fact, I can work anywhere. I was going to showcase some stuff, but I'm going to save this for a different segment. I'm lucky to work out of this space, and I'm so grateful that I've had my supporting friends and family in this state of Texas, here in San Antonio, and it's been magnificent here. Tomatoes are still ripening on the vine for me, despite these cold fronts that we've had, and we're blessed here in this city with so many things. Not everyone has this good fortune. There are some people who are waking up separated from their families. There are some people who are waking up just anxious as can be because of whatever's on TV. I haven't watched TV, mainstream TV, in I don't know how many years now, and I don't have this incessant need to see it, you know? The first thing I do when I wake up, besides basically, you know, the basic bathroom routine, is to think about what I can create next. And I've had extremely amazing volumes of success doing that. And I think even those kind of approaches and that kind of attitude seems to make people more anxious. Even the way I'm talking with a passion makes people anxious. And so I try to tone things down, but you got to understand, I am who I am. And if you don't like me, well, that's fine. You know, you don't have to listen to me. But if you're trying to moderate what I'm putting out there and trying to say that I'm showcasing things that aren't worth showcasing, and if you're trying to in any way thwart or foil what I'm doing, and trying to take my spark away, well, I'm going to tell you this one thing for sure has remained constant even throughout the year 2020. Hindsight's 2020, baby. I'm still doing what I'm doing. I'm still going to continue to do what I'm doing and perfect whatever it is that I'm aiming for. And I'll succeed at everything that I intend to succeed at as long as I take the steps in those directions. And the same thing is true for you. So the anxiety that we feel or allow ourselves to feel is something that can shortcut our actions. You know, some people might be think it's off-putting the shirt that I'm wearing, you know, that says Undead Teds, and it talks about basically it's funny. Some people get really upset at the things I drew on the wall behind me. And I think it's magnificent. I'm looking at the screen that's recording me, and it's kind of funny how the lights silhouette me. That was unintentional, you know. All of this was unintentional. It's just creation. It's basic art. And basic art and inspired art leads to conversations. Conversations that some of us are not comfortable having right now, and others are. The main thing that you need to allow conversation, though, is peace and quiet. I like to take people out into nature and show them the peace and quiet and tranquility that's out there. That has been exceedingly difficult because of all of these new hurdles, obstacles that we've had with the, the times. I won't name one specific thing because there is no specific thing. There are so many obstacles that have been placed there to make us stumble. And there are also things that are placed there to help lift you up. There are uplifting people, there are uplifting thoughts, there are uplifting energies, and I hope I'm part of that uplift for you. If I am, great. Do me the great honor of continuing to interact with me. And more than that though, I want you to make a personal mission out of interacting with those people that you feel uncomfortable interacting with. If you've got relatives that you haven't talked with in a while, you know, reach out within reason, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm going to go back to the Bushisms. It's like, someone can fool you once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on them. And then, well, actually, I think it goes the other way. So that's the Bushism. Fool me 3 times, well, you ain't going to fool me again. Well, I basically did the same exact thing as Bush on a different level, and I kind of find humor in that. You know, it was automatic to deliver it with that level of manifestation. You know, I'm not trying to make fun of that guy, because basically I myself don't know the exact saying, and it doesn't matter. There's so many things that a lot of us don't know, and we go about our daily lives as if everyone knows the volume of insight that you know. And that's not true. Every one of us has a different perspective, and we came up with different information so that we could share this journey, and to and so that we could inspire one another in different ways and help people to overcome things in different ways from how your standard fare might help you to overcome something. If the only way that you know of to overcome health anomalies, for an example, is just pills and whatever they tell you at the doctor, and I don't mean that in a condescending way, that might be limited insight. There are other approaches to everything. Everything in this world has a myriad of approaches. Everything in this world is possible, and it can be achieved in different directions, but some paths are going to be a little more difficult than other paths. And I'm going to tell you, if you're anxious and you're suffering from anxiety, our food does in fact impact our mood. And so what we resonate at and what we are able to carry through comes across clearly. For an example, I've showcased in the past a certain level of health, and right now I would say I'm not at that level anymore. You know, things go by over time, but also it requires maintenance. And during these past months of isolation, I haven't been maintaining myself the same way that I normally would have. So I'm getting back on track, you know. I'm sure a lot of us are, and so for this first day of the new year, I wanted to share that, and anyone who's also looking to get healthy, let's go ahead and form a way that we can continue to communicate our successes rather than the way that we had communicated all of the failures across the board, even of people that we don't know, and even though we didn't even know if they were truly failing or not. Let's avoid sharing all that energy that we can put to use for ourselves and for each other. Let's avoid sharing that energy in directions where it's going to have zero to little impact, and instead direct it internally so we can shine that light out and that energy of peace. I'm blessing you with peace. You know, if you don't like it, well, watch it on a smaller screen or watch it without the video. But my God, you're going to be missing out on seeing when I do smile at you and how beautifully I translate that energy into peace and solitude and an expression of hope. If you're not getting that from me, that's cool. You can continue to try and block my light, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be very difficult, because you really can't. You know, there's light obliterates dark. So if you have a dark energy, that's possibly why we've had difficulties talking. But remember, it takes one to know one. I've had a dark energy myself, but I choose to channel all of the energy into something that serves something beyond just my egocentric desires. So, You know, there's not a whole lot that I need. I've got plenty. You can tell I've got plenty. I'm here standing in my pajamas, basically, singing a song and telling you Happy New Year. And it's on this amazing amount of technology, and not everyone has those opportunities, you know? So again, be grateful. Peace, health is wealth. And on this first day of the year, I'd like to just say again, hello. I hope you're having a great time. If there's anything that I can help with, you know, continue to reach out. If I can put you in touch with someone, I'll do my best at it. I have not garnered all of the resources that I need to make all of these other accomplishments come true, but I do see the start of the rolling in of the income that has basically been, what's a good word, has been just out of reach, you know. It's been just out of reach to help me to continue to reach for the next level so I can achieve the next completion of whatever project it is that I'm trying to accomplish. So I know a lot of us are dedicated to working projects that we've been put on efforts for. That's great. Continue to do it. You know, all this work does need to get done. I'm just trying to do everything I can to showcase the things that translate into wellness and conservation for wildlife and nature because of the things that I'm seeing in nature. Big Bend National Park's my favorite place in the world. It's up there tied with Hawaii. I've only been to Hawaii once. I'd love to go again. Volcanoes have been active. That would be superb to see at some point. That's really all I've got for you in terms of what dreams I'd like to accomplish and have had in my mind to want to accomplish for some time. Besides helping you guys to smile, just like I learned to smile again over the past few years. Have a great day. Peace. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to share or subscribe or comment or more than that, call somebody or reach out to somebody who you feel has been a difficult point in your life and communicate with them. Because when you feel agitated, almost 100% of the time, it's about an agitation that you're seeing in your own self as a shortcoming. And I continue to try and reflect that and resonate that to the people that are on my naughty and nice list, and it has rewarded me. I'm not saying it's without risk. Again, just be very mindful of who you're talking with. Some people will not change because they're not ready to, they don't want to. But that's not your audience. You need to, you know, kick your sandals, shake off the dust, put your sandals back on, and hike up to the next location and go from there, like one of my best friends told me. Have a great day. Peace. Happy New Year. Thanks for watching.